Right, I need to offload my weird. Today's very weird. Today's very weird. Jelly babies still exist. Fucking today has been heavy, sticky, grueling. Fucking paranoid. Frequencies. Weird frequencies. Like half an hour ago, it was proper like tinnitus, got really fucking loud, headache. So I had to put my finger in my ear, and then I heard the drone, and it's kind of like the noise that used to go, but it's got growlier, and the bleepier bit's gone. Hello, Gizmo. I have all sorts of just weird stuff, like, why can I feel my blood? Not my veins, my blood. Sometimes I can feel the outsides of my veins inside me. Probably weird shit. And paranoid and negative and really fucking. I've been quite post-happy because I just have to be. Things are just popping in my head and I just want to say. I've stopped myself from posting about 50 things today. Just, why are you posting that? People aren't even watching anything you're doing. It's like, I don't know, probably about 40-50% of what I post is just not one like, not one comment. Might as well have not written it. Who knows? And people say, why does that matter to you? So, it doesn't really matter to me, but it's unpleasant. It's unpleasant when you're feeling like this. I feel like I'm just throwing pointless frisbees into an empty fucking yard or something. Frisbees are, of course, pointless because they're round, but when they've got points on them, they become ninja stars. And they're more difficult. But yeah, no, today was hanging off of my face. You ever get that? It's like the day comes to about here, like the roof of your mouth, and it makes the whole top of your face go, and that's how you feel with the day. It's like it's up your nose, sort of thing. The day's, and I went down the shop, and my paranoid head was terrible. Like, I got a really bad vibe the last time I went in the shop of one of the staff. She was always very boundaried. She never spoke to me for weeks, and I just stopped even looking at her, to be honest. And then there was just one time I had to ask her something, and after that she started saying hello, and then she gradually got more and more friendly, and she was always quite nice, and I had a lot of time for her. I like people who are like that. She's very fucking boundaried, and I've got time for people who think, well, she's like in control of who she lets anywhere fucking near her. I don't mind that at all. But then it was like, I saw her and I said hello the other night, and she seemed to look away. That sets me off. Do you know what? I saw her today, and I could, like, literally, I was coming up the corridor and I just looked up. And as I looked up, she looked at me, and I just looked straight away. I didn't even care if she was going to say hello. I thought, I'm not even going to bother trying to break your ice today. I'm not even interested. I didn't give a fuck. And then straight away my head was like, she did look at you a bit weird though, didn't she? And it's like, no, she didn't. Or did she? Like every fucking time it happens now. That's the problem with being schizotypal. Every fucking inkling that you get that you're right about, you'll have always told yourself that you weren't. You will. You would too. You would too. If you got diagnosed with something and they explained what it meant, and you think about those times when you're sure of someone being this or sure of someone being that, and then know that your head tells you lies about that shit, and then know you live in the world that people will always fucking jump to that if they can with you and manipulate you. Oh no, I didn't really mean it. I didn't really say it. Because no one wants to admit when they've done anything wrong. No one does. No one ever wants to take responsibility for the slightest little thing that they've said or done wrong. It's weird. It's weird how defensive everyone. No, I didn't. No, I fucking didn't. And they're right up there. over whether they said whatever, something really, really fucking inconsequential when you think about it. So it's just, I just walked out the shop and I just went, mate, why? Do you even know her name? And I'm about 80% sure I know her name. It's like, who cares? I was thinking, well, I don't care. And then again, there I am again, consciously thinking, I don't actually fucking care. Then why does it have that effect on me? Because I felt an energy. I felt an energy coming off of somebody that I don't even know. And it turned my head and my body upside down, and it made my head race without me having any control over it. I was like feeling at the mercy of it. And that's just an everyday fucking, well, it's not an everyday occurrence, but it's just, that's the sort of shit that just pop happens. And then that can set off the depression, the anger, the sorrow, the sadness, all of that shitness. And it hasn't. It's like, well, I don't know. I went on the decks for a bit. I didn't really get into it. I kind of did. I did a few mixes, which were fucking lush. I've got a nice little mix. I've got two that I need to do. I've got two that I need to fucking work on or think about. And I was doing another one. But I was thinking I was getting creative, but then it just never quite worked. I was about to record. I was going, hang on, no, just shift that one. No, it's not like that, blah, blah, blah. Doing like a sort of studio planned kind of mix. It will sound nice when I've done it. But there was a couple, I was like, yeah, it's okay. It's the right sort of tune, but it's not got the flow, not like the other one. I switched it off, lost interest. And I have spent a lot of time just sitting in coloured lights and wobbling my legs and just letting my head fucking plod around, do whatever it wants for a while. So I haven't actually got bored or restless or anything. But the day, just the energy of the day has been sticky and heavy and like wading through treacle. And it fucking was hanging off my face. That's literally how I felt when I looked at that girl. I could feel this feeling like in my teeth and my mouth. And it was just felt, I was I don't even care. And I think I must have been giving something off. That might have been why she sort of was already looking at me when I looked at her. And I didn't, I didn't let her get eye contact, if you know what I mean. I wasn't fucking trying to. So I probably looked a little bit fucking, fuck. Because a couple of the other people that normally talk to me didn't really talk to me. But I don't know, was it a really flat atmosphere? Because then my favourite human phoned and she said that it's been quite a flat day. And she spoke to one of her mates who's been exactly the same. And then Facebook today has been a fucking nightmare. It has been a fucking nightmare. It has been a fucking nightmare. It's like, this is all a conspiracy. We're all going to die. We're all going to be turned into robots. You're all paranoid. This is deadly. You're all crazy. It's all a fucking scam. I'm going to go out anyway. The world is going to change and become a better place. It's going to be the end of the economy as we know it. Why can't everyone listen? Why is not everyone doing this? Today I made cookies. Fucking loads of people. I'm cooking. I went on a run. Let's spread love all around. Is there time for change? The world is going to end. Today I made biscuits. And fuck me. It's just all of them were starting to just fucking rain in on my head. And it was really fucking unpleasant. Seriously, my head's fucking all over the place with it. I've drawn on my face today. I just drawn my face. I just made one little fucking error and I just thought I'm just going to put some look as if I've been falling from a building head first while I was doing my makeup and it's all sprayed on my face. Or something, I don't know. And what I did was I followed the line of my eyebrow and I followed all the lines of these and I just came up with all that they did actually all work and go in together and blend into each other. But then they got scribbly and I just fucking scribbled on it. And I left it on there. I did have that on in the shop as well, which might have been, there might have actually been a weird look and it might have been because I looked weird. But the thing is, the reason I liked her was just because she puts a lot of shit on her eyes as well and she puts like mad colour, she put like gold hair and she does like the big swooshes. And she's never really commented on them with me. But you know, like when someone who's frosty like her actually spends time and talks to you and has normal conversations with you, like she has been chatting away sometimes, or she's been stacking a shelf, I think that's actually a fucking big compliment from someone who's that picky. That's actually quite a compliment to chat to her. And I just do still dig when girls, when straight girls who wear a lot of makeup talk to me on a level about the makeup and they have fun with it. And they sort of see this sort of female edge of me as nothing poncy or weird, and they think it's kind of cool or nice. I dig that shit. So, you know, that will tend to be fucking, I don't know, young, excitable women who wear a lot of makeup because I will want to have their fucking attention on it. It's just do. They're the fucking queens of makeup. They are the queens of makeup. They are the level I wish to attain. So it's like a lot of the time I think, fucking hell, she probably thinks I'm eyeing her up. I'm having a look at how she's done her mascara. I want to talk to her about it. I still want the girl at reception at the gym. I would love it. I would love it just to tell her that she had been my goal to do this. If I managed to chip away at her and get her to do me a makeover, and then just tell her and say, you know, I planned this like for about a year. Because I could see that you were looking weirdly at me because I wore makeup. And I was actually really jealous of your beautiful fucking eyes. There was nothing inappropriate about it other than the fact that it was like the makeup is just so sensational and it makes your eyes look awesome. It was really all about your eyes, really. But I want her to do my makeup. I don't think she will. It wasn't going well. It wasn't going well. I'd got to a sort of hello stage with her, but then that had got to be a like I'm always walking. And I'd have to say hello to her. So I don't know, it's tough nut to crack again. It would be what an achievement that would be. To get a girl who was bitchy to me to do my makeup. I have arrived. I said this was going to be an 11:55 and I'm going to make it one just because I'm a fucking weirdo. So here we go.